I knew the happiness from episode 3 wouldn't last for long. There was just too much of it, with the party and the moments between Kaio and Satoru. It was just too saturated with it. You gotta spice up the story a little bit. You can't move a story forward if there's no conflict. So I understand. There were implications too that even though you can change certain events from happening in a certain time frame, there's a chance that it still might happen. So again, this reminds me of God's Gift so much because it tackled the same exact issue when the main character also had to save like her daughter in that show. And it's sad to see that after all the hard work that Satoru put into saving Hinazuki, she still managed to get kidnapped, and in the end, so it's just really painful to have to go through as a viewer and as someone who likes these characters very, very much. One thing I don't really understand is how or why Satoru was able to return to the present. And at this point, I am wondering if they're ever going to elaborate more on the way his ability works. So, I don't know. Not that far ahead yet, so I'm just gonna wait and somehow hope that they will. Maybe. I don't know. So far, I'm still suspecting Yashiro as the killer of Hinazuki. They tried to throw the audience off by presenting the mother as the possible killer, but she may have smiled when she threw out Hinazuki's little present there for Satoru, but that doesn't really make me suspect her for some reason. I know that it's not her. So, after seeing episode 6, the theory of future Satoru being the killer is slowly slipping away. At least to me it is. On that note, I thought Airi was going to be killed at some point in this particular episode. I'm glad she survived because I enjoy her presence. I think she's a great character, and I love the pep talks. I don't know if they could be called that, but I love the pep talks that she gives Satoru. And as of now, along with Yashiro, I'm starting to suspect the manager too. Maybe there's an accomplice? Not sure. Not sure. There's just too many coincidences with the manager. Especially when he saved Airi during those arson attacks. I thought it was too coincidental that he was there to save her. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know who it is. So, just let me hope that it's him. There's certain things that aren't adding up, so I don't know. I'm still keeping an eye on Yashiro though, because he's also very, very, very suspicious. I don't buy his little act at all. And I wanted to briefly mention this. I love the fact that Satoru has no filter to any of the things that he says, so he just like randomly blurt out stuff without meaning to. It's just like being a kid. The memories. Anyways, like I already said, there hasn't really been a good explanation as to how Satoru's ability works, either through showing or telling, and it's kind of bothering me a little bit. For example, this may or may not have anything to do with revival at all, but how was he able to sense that the killer was in the crowd when he was being hauled away by the cops? Like, I was so confused. I guess it's because the killer was wearing the same exact attire as the day prior when the murder occurred, but it was just instantaneous though. Like, it was just like, it reminded me of Death Note in a way, with the red eyes and stuff like that. Like, boom, you just knew who was there. I'm wondering if it's something extra that comes with revival, but so far they haven't said anything. And I've heard from some users who are unenthusiastic about this particular anime. They say that it's set up this way to convenience the main character, and it's a form of lazy writing. So I'm not that far ahead to make that assumption, so I'm just wondering. that's all. I'll be watching the next couple episodes and reviewing them briefly. If you like this review, please leave a comment, like, or subscribe. So, it's been a little brief because I don't really have much to say. Anyways, have a beautiful day. Bye.